Lalo Salamanca.
Lalo Salamanca's dead.
Hello, welcome back to another episode. The biggest mystery in the episode is probably what happens to Kim. And one plausible solution is that she is working for Gus during the events of Breaking Bad. The fate of the individuals who are not from Breaking Bad is just as crucial as the tale of how Jimmy McGill develops into the well-known Saul Goodman as Better Call Saul draws to a close. Most of those outcomes have already been made public, and they were all sad in the ways one might anticipate given the world of Breaking Bad. Lalo murdered Howard in the shocking mid-season finale, proving once again that the only characters on the show who are safe are those who appeared in Breaking Bad. That does not, however, imply that Kim Wexler must pass away prior to the conclusion of Better Call Saul. In reality, murdering Kim after Chuck, Nacho, and Howard would be unimaginative. In addition, it would be difficult to imagine that Jimmy could move on, even with the aid of Saul Goodman's persona. Nevertheless, there must be a justification for Kim's absence from Breaking Bad. Numerous hypotheses exist regarding Kim's whereabouts throughout the events of Breaking Bad. Many people think that Kim dies or that she departs from Jimmy just as he starts to truly embody the Saul Goodman persona. The show may, however, retcon Breaking Bad in some way and show that Kim was present during the entire period. If that's the case, one scenario for Kim's future is that she begins working for Gus Fring, providing the Breaking Bad antagonist with the same legal counsel that Saul Goodman provides to low-level criminals. It is also conceivable to make comparisons between Kim's journey and that of Walter White's because she has been traveling down a path of no return for quite some time. Better Call Saul has been implying that Kim is also Breaking Bad, yet fans already know that Jimmy gets into more and more legal difficulty until he becomes a criminal lawyer. There is no other way to wrap up Kim's narrative arc than by having her work as Gus's assistant. Kim is already in the game. Whether or not someone is in the game seems to determine morality in the worlds of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Kim has only recently crossed that threshold, although Jimmy has been in the game since he unintentionally met Tuco Salamanca. Kim engaged in the perilous power game as soon as she visited Lalo in jail to attempt to learn what had happened to Jimmy in the desert. Notably, the conflict between Lalo and Gus. Now that she saw Howard being killed by Lalo, it will be much harder for Kim to turn away from a life of crime and make ethically dubious choices. When Season 6 airs, it is quite doubtful that Lalo will permit Kim to follow the law and tell the police what happened to Howard. As a result, Kim will now be complicit in a murder cover-up, which puts her character in an impossible situation. Kim's only option would be to keep going and become more and more entangled with the criminal world, just like what has been occurring with Jimmy. In that case, it's plausible that Kim joins Gus at the conclusion of Better Call Saul in order to finally get rid of Lalo or to protect herself and Jimmy. This would imply that Kim was present during Breaking Bad and was probably employed by Gus. Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, who played Walter and Jesse in the Breaking Bad television series, will reprise their roles in Season 6. How Walt and Jesse will enter Better Call Saul hasn't been made explicit, though. The show could have Walt and Jesse make brief cameos in Better Call Saul prior to the events of Breaking Bad, but that would not significantly advance either Jimmy's or Walt and Jesse's stories. It seems more likely that the second half of Season 6 will coincide with the events of Breaking Bad, depicting several significant events from Jimmy and Kim's viewpoints. It would make sense to rehash the events of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul if Kim is indeed working for Gus Fring throughout that season. In addition, producer Peter Good guaranteed that Kim's employment by Gus following the events of Better Call Saul will alter how viewers view Breaking Bad. Since Season 1, one of the most intriguing aspects of Better Call Saul has been the friendship between Jimmy and Kim. Better Call Saul demonstrated how Jimmy and Kim, who at first appeared to be two very different individuals, ended up becoming allies in both life and crime. Despite this, Kim has always been Jimmy's superior in terms of career. Kim has worked at two large law firms and has interacted with significant clients as Jimmy engaged in scam after scheme. As a result, it would be intriguing if Kim maintained her superiority over Jimmy even after she Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Working for Gus would be the ideal solution. Both Kim and Saul would then be criminals, but Kim would be cooperating with Gus on a much higher level, while Saul would continue to deal with low-level individuals. Even if Kim lives, that would separate Kim and Jimmy during the events of Breaking Bad, making their connection somewhat sad. Thanks for watching. Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe.